Innkeep, with your finest ales, please. As it's not too busy, do you mind if we sit down and you bring them over to... Thank you. I appreciate that. After you, my dear friend. Oh, don't look so concerned. It's all right. I still feel a little tender, but as I said before, new day, new body, for lack of a better term. It is interesting though. I don't normally feel this stiff, this tender, this sensitive in the old muscles, but yeah, I'm still alive. It seems that maybe they did a little more damage than I initially gave them credit for. Nothing that a good ale won't fix. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your patronage, and here is your coin. Thank you. Nothing like something to wet the whistle in the mid-afternoon, eh? Of course, I should have a couple of hours before we need to vacate and make tracks away from this place. After all, I don't really want to be here come nightfall. If you get my drift. Seems like a nice, quaint little midway house here, and I would rather not cause it any damage, shall we say? Yes. And we also seem to have lost the trail of the those who pursued us. It's, I have to say it's a little surprising. I've remembered them being a little more tenacious in the past. But I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. It's certainly a blessing. That, or perhaps we did some more damage than I initially gave it credit for, Which, I have to confess, is more worrying than it should be. You would think after all of this time and my somewhat colorful history with the Order that I would feel less guilty about taking a life, but no, it seems not. Their lives are in service to what they believe in. And belief is a strong and powerful adversary. How does one choose to believe? Can one forsake the ways of science and logic for the promise of salvation of the immortal soul? Is it comfort in which they choose to believe, choose to follow, choose to throw away their lives? The desperation to know that there is something further, something beyond this life. Perhaps something more forgiving and peaceful than the torments that we suffer in existence. A friend of mine many moons ago said that life is pain. And to know pain is to know that we are alive. I have certainly suffered my fair share of that. And to date, I have yet to die, to my knowledge. Perhaps that is the reason why I am not a faithful man myself. Well, not as many would see it, because I have no knowledge of what is to become of my soul given the state that I am in. The great holy book says, "Thou shalt not kill." Am I to be held to blame for those I have killed, when I have no conscious memory or control over it? What of the beast's soul? Does the beast get sent to hell while I migrate my way to heaven? Or are the souls one and the same? And if the beast has no soul, then what becomes of my soul when I turn into it? Deep concepts and idle thoughts for an afternoon drink, eh? Cheers. Well, it beats horse piss, but barely. I suppose with it being a midway house, it's hard to get something out this far of good quality, but the more we paid for it, I'll take it. I also think it's probably healthier than the water around here. At least you know that whatever's growing in the water is probably dead in the ale. Still, it gives us a brief respite, if nothing else. And I will happily take any respite that I can find. We've made good progress, friend, I have to say. Managed to cover a lot of distance, actually, a surprising amount. I was expecting to have a few more days out in the wilderness before we met some description of civilization, but here we are. Nice little public house. Quaint. And full of life. Even if it is mid-afternoon and barely anyone is here, you can see that it gets quite raucous when the sun goes down and the fieldmen come in, ready to spend their hard-earned coin. I wonder if they do music here. Live music. Been a while since I've been to a jig. Oh, friend, we're going to have to go to a jig. Don't tell me you don't dance. Come now. Dance is the expression of the soul. Ironic, given what I've just been talking about, but it's certainly a way that I like to express myself. Brings a certain level of happiness that floods through the body. And I will take every opportunity for that. Perhaps that is what my friend meant when he said that life is pain. And pain is to know that we're alive. That every moment that we can't control that causes us some description of anguish gives us reason to focus and celebrate on the joys of life, the happiness, the smiles, those little moments where our heart is touched and we feel a reason for living. True enough that when one is being hunted, as I have been many times, it is the pain that keeps me running away. The fear. Maybe that is the instinct of the beast, or perhaps even the man. But it is those moments of dance, of joy, of laughter, of pleasure, of, dare I say, love. It is those moments that really make living worthwhile. And honestly, I think that is the reason why I have not succumbed to misery. why I have not succumbed to the dark pit of despair. Because I would very much like to experience those moments of joy just one more time. And it is always just one more time. Because they are the reason for living. The smiles, laughter, the warm feeling inside, and, of course, a hearty drink with a good friend. Cheers. Oh, it would be a nicer opportunity if this wasn't quite so filled with whatever it is that we're drinking, but perhaps I should have asked for wine. Although saying that, two strangers in a midway house, probably asking for wine will draw too much attention. Given the look on the innkeep's face, I would imagine we've drawn enough attention as it is. Still, a moment's relaxation before we are back on our way. Is there anything you need, friend? Anything you need while we're here? I'm sure there will be some supplies that the innkeep would be able to provide us with. Food, perhaps? Would you like some? Yes, I fancy some myself, actually. Wonder if they have something on. Innkeep! My good fellow, yes. I was wondering, do you have any food on at the moment? I understand that it is midday and the works folk have not quite retired yet, but we could do with some sustenance, huh? Yes, 2 bowls of that. And, do you have any bread or anything to go with it? Something for the dipping? Very good, yes. Some of that will do as well. Very good, thank you, sir. Well, the stew may warm us, though I imagine, given the state of this, beverage, may leave a lot to be desired. So, let us guard our expectations and our anticipation. Okay. Real question is, what now? With the order hot on our tail, and their unnerving and somewhat surprising absence, I am hesitant to make too many plans, but we should probably think of somewhere to go. According to the signpost we passed on the road there really seems to be some kind of village or town due south here. Though it didn't say how far it was, distance-wise, but I'm sure we could make a maneuver through there. Though we would have to take the long way around if we are to stay in the cover of the forest. And also keep me away from humans from nightfall. But that could be a good step in the right direction. But we should probably think of something overall to take up. Some mission, some purpose to drive us forward now. Otherwise we will just be idling through, and I feel that your escape from your delightful little town may have been for naught. The idling can only take us so far, after all. An interesting question. What do you mean, cure? Seriously? You assume that there is some description of cure for my circumstance, my situation. I mean, I thought I was quite an optimistic individual, and yet here I am, evidently in the presence of a master. There is no cure, friend. If there were, then surely the church would have found it many moons ago. How you say it. I have vague recollections, like echoes of memory of conversation. Who was it that said it? Where do I have this memory from? Conversation of a cure. Or some remedy of control at the very least. I had almost completely forgotten of that. I think in my mind I considered it to be a wishful thinking. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, friend. Dangerous thing, hope. And you are in the position of one I am in. At the moment, I value each day for the small silver linings that cascade around the cloud. But, to hope. To feel that there may be an end to this. To go back to our philosophical question from before. What happens to my soul if there is a cure? Am I blighted with the sins of the beast? I afford to hope. I wonder. Or will it destroy me in the process? However, I see the hope within your eyes, friend. That spurs me on. Gives me a reason to keep going. To think, several moons ago I would have not have dared to hope for companionship. Never mind the concept of a cure. You are an interesting person, my dear friend. And why you keep giving such a beast these thoughts and fancies of prospective futures, I will never know. Innkeep, thank you for the food. Well, I am grateful for it, even if it is somewhat watery. This was part 10 of Under the Moonlight. Read by Eric Rowe.